The Vice Pro Plus versus the Pro VX. Let's see how they stack up.
Next. All right, welcome back everybody. Just like Aaron said, we are gonna put the Vice Golf Pro Plus white, it says white.
White.
Again, they make a lot of colors, so they're clarifying that that's white.
Yeah. Some reds and greens and yellows.
Up against the Titleist Pro V1X, which for a long time, the whole Pro V line for a long time has kind of been the perennial.
The gold standard of golf ball.
That everybody else has been slowly chewing into over the last 10 years.
yeah, they've, people have been making a pretty hard run at competing with them, being that they have the biggest budget and probably one of the biggest market shares.
Exactly.
Previously, one of the biggest market shares.
So, yeah, at one point it was like 70% or something like 72% or something like that. I don't think it's that high anymore. Yeah. Curious what it is. I don't know what it is. I know they're not advertising as much as they used to club pros. Before we dive into this golf ball, do us a favor. Aaron and I, we've said it a couple times, and if you're one of our loyal viewers that watches all the way instead of the first 3 minutes, we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you very much.
But it is officially here. In fact, today,
it has launched.
Shoot day, it has launched. We got one up before January. I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah.
But
just because everything came in before January.
Yeah, right. On Christmas morning, I was opening up Amazon boxes. But please go check out on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Google Podcast, the E9 Golf Podcast. The first one, if you're here, you probably already know most of it, but listen to it anyway. We have some fun, some jokes. Yeah. We almost have a guest appearance. We don't really. We just talk to him, even though he's off camera.
Yeah, he didn't want to show his face.
Off mic. But please go check it out, and you can go follow E9 Golf on Facebook and Instagram as well. Plug over.
Check it out.
We would appreciate it. So, again, with the Vice golf ball, it's, I think, just like we're talking about the Cut Blue we did previously, as well as the Snell MTB Black, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Vice, we're kind of going with what the company says, and our big thing is, does it hold up to what they say?
Yes.
With that being said, the Vice is not saying that they're better than the Pro V1X. They are simply saying that they are comparable at
it's an even comparison is what they're saying.
Lesser price, and to be quite honest, fairly.
Yeah, $34.99 for a dozen.
Lot less.
Yeah, and the same thing is like the Cut and the other ones. Like if you buy more, they discount it down and drop it a little bit. I think like 5 dozen is whenever like the biggest discount you'll get, 5 dozen plus. Yeah. So again, just reading some stuff off of here. 4-piece golf ball. Supposed to have high energy off the core. Crazy. You got all kinds of different colors, lower launch, lower spin, higher speed. That's what they're getting at. They get into like the dimple design at 336 dimples.
Fancy. How many's on a Pro V1?
Yep.
It has them. It has dimples.
331? I don't know. It's dimples.
Very cool. Anything else on the ball? That's my phone. That's what I was reaching for.
I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. I mean, it's the construction, all the stuff is going to be comparable to the Pro V1. So like we usually do with our ball review stuff, both golf balls are stickered.
Dotted, however, foiled.
Yeah, hitting a 7-iron. We got carry and total up there. Really with irons, carry distance is what we're looking at. Spin rate, ball speed, and then club speed. We put that up there if you haven't watched this for consistency for you to say, or for us to look at and say, okay, you're swinging at 90 miles, making sure it's staying consistent, that I'm staying consistent.
And we'll leave all shots in at the near the end of the video. We start to do a comparison side to side. We'll throw a chart up on the screen. Aaron and I will visually think it's over here to the other side of us for some reason. And we'll leave all shots up there. If there's one that's drastically different club speed, or Aaron felt like he turned on it too much, or it was too much of a turner, we will mute that one for our averages, but you'll be able to see it kind of grayed out. So
and then the big thing that we look at with this is obviously if we see a ball speed jump or a carry distance jump or something like that, that's big, that's huge. But we really look at our small number in the bottom right side of that box. That's our consistency number, and see how consistent the golf ball is.
Right.
And how consistent I am.
Yeah.
Knock off a little Christmas rust here.
I was about to say, I haven't swung a golf club from about a week before Christmas. By the way, at the recording time, it is the 28th, if I believe correctly. 29th, I was wrong by a day. 29th. It has been a hot minute since we've recorded a video. We shot way ahead on the videos for you guys so that we had content through Christmas, but we could also spend time with our families. So we did not shoot videos during the week of Christmas. We just shot a lot the week before.
Club speed's not that bad, but
Nope.
my contact is
There's a little toey on that last one. It got
atrocious.
With that being said, hopefully everybody did have a good Christmas. I'm not really sure when you're seeing this. I know on my channel it'll be probably the week of be early January.
Yeah.
I guess with that being said, hope everybody had a happy new year. And as a collective group, if we want to go ahead and give the big old middle finger to 2020 in our rearview mirror, I am on board for that.
Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully I don't have to take too big of a hiatus with the baby on the way.
Yeah, that's right. You are coming up close here. We might have to, next couple of weeks, we might need to shoot ahead a little bit. Oh, we haven't mentioned this, and we probably should shoot its own video, but because of the podcast and the businesses and everything else, we are going to be decreasing. Well, I don't know if you are or not. I am going to be decreasing from 3 videos a week to 2. So hopefully everybody appreciates that. If you have preferred days you'd like to get those videos, let me know, because I'm a little torn of what to do, because normally I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Obviously with 2 videos a week, I'm not going to do that. So I thought about posting Monday and Thursday. I also thought about posting Tuesday and Friday. So if you have a preferred, let me know. I'm not sure when Aaron posts. That one was straight.
There we go. Those
Happy with that one?
Yeah, we'll kick the first about 4 out because they were
Warm-ups.
little fatty. You fatty. What? Pro Plus, what you got?
So right out of the gates, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the golf ball itself. I mean, it looks, oh, I had one, there it is. It looks like a premium golf ball.
Yep, it's got that.
A little more shine to it than a Pro V, but that's not, you know, like when we were doing the cut blue. Sorry, the proper golfer in me is trying not to talk in your backswing. When we did the cut blue, we talked about they're marketing it for like a premium line ball, but it's not a bad golf ball. It's just not meant for that line.
Look like a hard plastic
It
ball.
needs to be, yeah, it needs to be marketed to that distance, two or kind of like low end 3-piece golf ball. That's where that needs to live.
Yep.
This is specifically being marketed. There are other Vice lines. There's always the Pro and the Pro Plus, Pro V1, Pro V1X as a direct comparison. There are other lines with Vice, so if you want more of a distance ball, they do have them. We just don't have them on us. But you know, feeling it when we were doing the cut blue, you talked about the urethane cover a little bit. It just didn't look quite right. So since then, I've been digging. You know, on a good urethane cover, you can dig your thumbnail into just a little bit.
Yeah, it just gives a little bit different.
You definitely get that with this. I like how kind of clean and simple the golf ball looks. Not too much the dimple design there. I mean, there's some obvious changes in size and from dimple to dimple. The Vice logo is pretty simple. Number underneath it. I actually really like how they did there.
Yeah, I like the whatever you call that. It's like the thick and it's like the negative in the middle of it.
Yeah, the model name area of the golf ball. So like on a Pro V1X, it says Pro V1X, and then there's 2 arrows on either side of it. At the moment, it might have changed by the time we said this, for all I know.
Yeah.
Here, it's essentially a straight black line. And inside of it, very subtly, it says Pro Plus.
Yeah, so you're getting that line that people like to draw on the ball for putting or
yeah, but it's already there, and I think you guys appreciate that more than anybody else. There's not lines all over there. So as far as you hitting the golf ball, how does it feel in comparison to the Pro V?
I mean, honestly, it feels a little bit softer.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels, I mean, first couple, everything felt soft when I hit the big ball first. But yeah, but I mean, on solid shots, it feels good. It does feel comparable. Again, personally, I think it felt a little bit softer than the Pro VX did.
Okay.
But yeah, just me. Yeah,
so full disclaimer, I've played this golf ball. I will play this golf ball. It's not a bad golf ball on the golf course. I will say that my primary is still the Bridgestone RXS. I feel like I'm a little more consistent on spin with that. As far as playing outside, just eyeballing it, not TrackManing it.
Yep.
So, I don't know, maybe you'll convince me otherwise. So, you're done?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, I think we're good.
So let's do this. So let's go ahead and start looking at the Pro V1X.
Yeah, so we got 3 and 3 with both of them.
Yep.
That 90 mile an hour range, so.
Yeah, so with the Pro V1, starting there because it's kind of our test subject line. Most people have hit a Pro V in some capacity in their lives. Just again for our consistency, Aaron, you averaged 90.3 miles per hour with a plus or minus of 0.2. Caught that without looking at it.
That's a good catch.
Impressive.
Nice hands.
So obviously everything we did was fairly consistently. Obviously, as you can see, we have changed that around. Aaron's taken some of those shots and used 3 of each, the ones that were most like in club speed.
Yep.
121.6 was your average ball speed with a plus or minus of 1.3. It's not bad. It's a little bit more than I would want it to be, considering you had a 0.2 on the swing speed.
Yeah.
Spin rate. So this is where it gets kind of cool. Plus or minus 153 if you've watched our other videos. Realistically,
the cut was like 26.
Yeah.
It was a double-digit number.
That was crazy.
It was the lowest I've.
And we've talked about
most consistent.
Realistically, if your club, if you feel like every ball was striked pretty well, anything under 250 is really pretty phenomenal.
Yeah,
so the fact that it's 153 is pretty solid. Carry 169 plus or minus 2.1. Again, considering it's only 0.1 on the club head speed, a little concerning, but it's not bad by any means. And then finally, total yards, which we just kind of have up there.
Yeah,
plus or minus 0.2. It's going to be always about the same as the carry, other than the plus or minus. So now let's compare it to good old number yellow up there, the Vice Pro Plus. So club head speed, Aaron was a little bit more efficient, plus or minus 0.1 with a club head speed of 90. So he was just a hair slower, and I mean a hair slower overall.
0.2.
0.1 slower comparatively.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, on that speed, I was looking at the consistency. Ball speed 122, so ball speed was actually a little faster with the Pro Plus, and you had a slightly slower club. We'll call it the same club head speed.
Yeah.
Could have been centers of contact there, so we'll take it with a grain of salt. Plus or minus 1.5. That's actually a little bit bigger, but typically with the more distance comes a little bit more dispersion. That's why your driver isn't as accurate as your pitching wedge, hypothetically.
Yeah.
Then spin rate 64.22 on the average. So your spin rate about the same, a little bit less.
Yeah.
So we just said earlier, I mean, obviously that cut ball, that plus or minus 32 is insane. Again, anything below 250 plus or minus is kind of really, really good. You actually beat out the Pro V a little bit there with a 131 versus 5.3. And then again, from carry distance 170 to 169, you were a hair faster. So again, we'll just call it square, but the consistency on the carry was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Plus, that's the only thing that really kind of blaringly is different.
So I mean, what are we comparing? We're basically comparing apples to apples here.
Right.
Like, is it doing what they say? Is it basically comparing to a Pro VX?
I feel bad for you because again, Aaron's a retailer and Vice is a non-retail golf ball. It's a direct-to-consumer, like we said earlier. So I feel bad because we're going to say listen, I mean, if you play a Pro V1X and you
don't
like
want to spend $50 a dozen.
Right, you play enough golf where you pay more of it. I mean, it's a good golf ball. There's a reason why I play it every once in a while, but it also screws over 1611 and Aaron in the sense that you're not going to buy them from them. But
no, but I mean, I say you're not going to buy them from us. We do have an account with Vice.
Oh, do they have accounts with people? Oh, I didn't know they did that.
We had them in. So I'll be full disclosure on this. So we did have the Vice ball, not the Pro Plus. We had one of their harder golf balls in here that has a little bit better cover on it. Yep. And it was good, but the amount of play that we get in here and the amount of strikes on a golf ball, and we only keep 3 or 4 golf balls in a bay. You get 4 or 5 guys that play 18 holes of golf, and everybody's hitting the same 3 or 4 golf balls.
Right.
They were cracking and breaking left and right.
Yeah, and you guys are unique too in the sense that
we're a complete different situation.
Right. Most of the time when you're playing a real golf course, the chances that your golf ball is going to get worn to that point versus lost.
Yeah. Probably not going to happen.
I mean, I would love it if you guys had to get rid of golf balls versus lose them, but let's be honest, it's probably the loss more than the get rid of.
Yep.
The other side of that too is it's consistently hitting a screen that's designed to take an impact. So it's doing as little of damage to the golf ball as it possibly can do. Whereas you're on the golf course, even if you're not losing it, let's say you
hit a cart path, hit a tree,
right? There's going to be scuffs, there's going to be blemishes on the golf ball that you are probably going to pull it out of rotation.
And feel free to go back and look at our when to switch golf ball video.
Yeah, that's actually a good plug right there because we don't know. Depends on you and what you hit on the process. Yeah. But yeah, realistically in here, they truly just get worn out in here. So it's just from club impact and screen impact. So
it's good.
Yeah, if you're going to hit in the net 7,000 times, maybe not the golf ball for you. Maybe go to the Bridgestone RX, RXS. Yeah. Which seems to have one of the more durable covers on the market at the moment.
Yes, sir.
But assuming you're not doing that, then
I
think it's right there with it.
If you are a Pro VX player, you go put them side by side and check it out. Take it outside. I would be willing to bet.
I did notice they don't sell individual sleeves like Cut said that they do, but Vice does have a program where you can buy a dozen golf balls and then you can mix and match your sleeve. You can only buy 1 dozen, and you can mix and match your sleeves. So if you're not sure if you're a Pro Plus, maybe a different color. Maybe you want to throw in a 3-piece just out of curiosity. You can do that with them, and they'll price it based on the golf ball you pick. They call it a trial pack.
Huh.
So you could actually go in. Now, you still got about a dozen of them, but
you can mix and match.
yeah, you can mix and match and see what you like. And if you don't like, and listen, you're out $32. It's way better than the or 30. What did you say it was?
$34.99.
$35 before tax and everything. Whereas a Pro V is around 50.
50, yeah.
50 or 52. It moved. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where it's at
Not
again,
at a
but
golf course,
we know it's at least
60 something.
Wasn't my golf courses. I just marked it whatever Superstore did, but or whatever the company told me to do. So, but yeah, I mean, overall a solid golf ball. Again, wear and tear on the Pro Plus specifically, not the one you guys had in here. Take with a grain of salt. We're not, perfect scenario in here. We're hitting off of a mat into a net.
Yeah.
Or into a screen again.
Yeah, you're
Keep
not getting the outdoor wear on it.
Yeah, you hit some bunkers out of it. You pinch some wedges pretty hard. We might be able to get some wedge wear in here if we really tried it. I've played it. I can tell you it makes it 9 holes before I really realistically have to get rid of it.
Yep.
And normally it's kind of whenever I decide. It takes a little bit of that sheen off after the first 5, and then it's just whenever I pinch a wedge on it. Then it's normally done, whenever that happens. So
Toss it.
But yeah, that's the Vice Pro Plus. Any last thoughts?
Play it.
Give it
if
a try.
you're a Titleist player, go play it.
Yeah. Again, it comes back down to it. Way to take a stab right at Titleist there. If you're just looking to get out of from underneath playing so much for golf balls, it's worth a try.
Absolutely. Thank you all for checking in.
Go subscribe to the podcast now.
Podcast, E9 Golf Podcast.
You watched us. Good job. You're on your way to work. Listen.